Oh, that's cold.
Hits you right in the feels.
I'm sorry. I like that. I like that guy a lot. The You Betcha guy.
Oh, you betcha, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
1, 3.
1, 2. Hello and welcome to 2020. 2020. This is the first podcast of From the Middle from the year 2020.
Man, it's exciting.
Yep. So, for all of you technological archaeologists from the year 4015, this was the very first podcast of 2020 of From the Middle.
Only a few days into the year, and we're on the brink of World War III. Which y'all know how that ended. Am I right?
Exactly. Those people back in the 2020s, they were into hyperbole.
They didn't know what was happening.
Anywho, you guys literally just told me what episode number this was, and I forgot.
32.
We're 32. This is episode 32.
Yes.
Did you ever think we'd make it this far?
I didn't. I mean, I knew all along.
How about you, Dilly? Did you think we'd make it to 32?
768 to go by summer 2020.
That was quick math.
I had no idea how far it would go. That was the Michael Scott. You have no idea how high I can fly. No, I had no clue. This thing could have gone 5 episodes, or it could go 50,000. I have no.
I'm hoping for 50,000. Here's the thing.
Can we get paid for a majority of those 50,000?
That's not up to me.
In your dream scenario?
In my dream scenario, we all quit our jobs tomorrow.
Yes.
Anyways. No, what's interesting is from someone who has been involved in bands in his past and has tried to put bands together and writing music and doing all of that sort of thing. The most difficult thing in the world is to find people who are on the sort of the same level of ambition as you are. That is very difficult, and that is the thing that kills most things like this. Is you end up with flakiness. Musicians are flaky, and so you end up with that was fun for 3 weeks.
Right.
Now I'm going to disappear, and you guys haven't disappeared on me. And
you haven't on us, which is saying more, I think.
And I'm happy. I'm happy about it.
So what's this podcast about if someone's just tuning in for the first time in 2020 before the war?
ASMR.
We'll get to that.
I've yet to come up with a great elevator pitch for From the Middle. I mean, our intro is supposed to do that. But
which I didn't do.
It Midwest Seinfeld. I mean, that feels kind of close. It's a show about nothing and everything.
Yeah, I'm going to start the intro over.
Okay.
We are 3 middle-class guys from the middle of America in the middle chapters of our lives with points of view that are somewhere
in the middle.
Yep.
Man, that's good right there.
Felt a little Borat. That's why I went with that at the end. I heard a little Borat in there.
No, we like talking. We like having fun. We like having discussions, whether they're serious or silly or downright stupid.
Yeah.
We like doing it.
They say if you can't explain something simply, you don't know it well enough. I don't know enough about anything to explain anything simply yet, let alone the podcast.
Yes. So
that's where we are.
That's a big incentive for listening. So, as you know, we're middle-class guys in Middle America with opinions that fall somewhere in the middle, as we've just established. But some things we just hold in higher esteem, especially when it comes to our coffee. Here at From the Middle, our coffee is generously provided by Backroom Coffee Roasters. A local small batch roaster, Backroom is run by people who love to tinker, whether it's perfecting their next bean, working on their bikes, or dabbling in the woodshed. We like them because Backroom Coffee Roasters is a Middle America company run by some middle-class guys who just happen to make some first-class coffee.
You know who you are.
I've got my cold brew right here, and it really is good coffee. Kendall knows a lot about coffee. I'm learning about coffee. Dylan knows very little about coffee, but we really like it. So that's 3 levels of knowledge about coffee, and we're fans. We're still working out some kinks on the promo codes, guys, but when you place an order, in the cart, there's a drop-down. Just say that you heard about it from the podcast. There's a drop-down for the podcast. So whatever discount best suits you, it could be Backroom 3 as a promo code. Doesn't matter. Just use the drop-down that you heard about us from the podcast, and then there's a spot where you can type in a little something, something.
A finger box.
A finger.
Use your fingers for the box.
It's you put Middler and the Tickler there.
Yeah.
You find the Tickler box.
You can write from the middle. You could write our names.
You will probably have to actually use your keyboard.
Yeah.
Instead of just waving your fingers at the thing.
Or Siri or Cortana. Is she still a thing?
Cortana.
Or
from Halo?
The voice assistant. Who made Cortana the voice assistant? I don't know. It's already defunct.
Microsoft?
Alexa.
Halo?
You can use Alexa. Don't use those as promo codes. Just...
This is not confusing at all.
You can use your voice assistant on your mobile device to say from the middle so that it types it into the finger or mouth hole box.
Yes. Other than your personal information and your credit card number, if there's a box where you can type something, put Middler in there.
Put Middler in there.
Middler.
And see what happens.
Your mother's maiden name, your date of birth.
And if none of that works, the animated paperclip icon on the corner of your screen will tell you what to do next. Clippy. A la Windows 95 and Gateway computers. Yeah. Okay, so Middler's super thrilled about their partnership with us at this point. Thank you, guys. Listen, we need your support, and you can support us by buying coffee. So buy coffee from them because it helps us.
And honestly, most people really don't like to have to do anything to support anybody or anything. This is real easy. We're just asking you to take the money you already spend on coffee and get different coffee that's better anyways.
Yes.
And drink that instead, and then you can feel good about doing something from your couch.
And then we become wealthy.
I am very excited to update you. During my various breaks for the holidays, I tried, I've already had the cold brew. It's delicious. I tried the goat coffee, an Ethiopian, and the biker blend. And the biker blend is my daily drinker right now.
There you go.
And that's what I've got at home with my fixins. That I add in, like, stevia.
Oh, right.
Add a little
I thought you were talking about,
blender.
We've got a soft omelet on the side.
No, not like omelets or whiskey. Just like stevia.
You can't talk about whiskey on this podcast.
I'm not allowed. I didn't mean that. I just meant
omelets or whiskey. For breakfast, I have either a omelet or whiskey.
That's not.
Those are my two go-tos.
People put things in coffee. Mine happens to be stevia.
They don't put omelets in coffee.
Well, they have it with it. Same difference.
Thanks,
all going to the same place.
And we're sorry.
I'm not. Biker Blend is a delicious daily drinker. Bing. That's for the YouTube folks.
We're looking for the Huevo Ranchero blend.
Yeah. I'd try it. I'm not going to lie.
No, I'll try anything Backroom makes.
That's awesome.
Delicious.
So, first episode of the new year. Do
Yeesh.
you guys want to update us on your Christmas break or a favorite gift that you gave or received or what you did for New Year? Let's just lump it into one big category since that was a 8-minute intro.
Yeah. I got Lego, which I'm always excited about.
All right.
And cash and gift cards.
It's always
For more
conspicuous these days when someone leaves off the S.
Yeah. You mean when they say it the proper way?
Proper way.
Right, yes.
Yeah.
Our legs are touching, and is it bothering you? I'll leave mine here all day.
This feels like a stalemate now. I don't know.
Now it's who's more secure. I'm just going to leave it right there. Now you're pushing against my.
I don't. Okay. It doesn't sound right. No, I got some Lego I was very excited about. I got cash and gift cards for more Lego. And actually, I got some really nice. I don't know if you've ever heard of this brand. I'm probably saying it wrong. It's a Hawaiian brand called Olukai. I think it's Olukai. They make footwear. And I got some very nice. I'm wearing them now. I got some very nice kind of casual, dressed down casual shoes that are very comfortable and very breathable and waterproof.
They look very stylish.
Would you like to be sponsored by them?
Total bonus. So that's a little plug there because they're great. Check them out, and we'll be able to tag them on social media. So
Right
cool.
on.
Lego and Olakai. Kendall, how was your Christmas break and New Year?
All
and
of my stuff was awesome.
All of the things.
There's a trip that I took that I failed to mention on a previous episode, even though it happened right before that. My wife and I took a trip to Nashville, which she used to live there for a while. It is probably my favorite city on the planet. And recently I've been able to kind of find a way to get there about once a year. And so
it's a nice drive.
Yeah. So we went down there. It was a sort of a Christmas gift for each of us to go down there, just the two of us. I actually went down a day early because of the way things worked out with childcare, and we booked it all early, but we couldn't both be there as early as we hoped. And so I drove down early and had a night to myself, just kind of walking around bars and doing the music thing. And then my wife came down and we saw Andrew Peterson's Behold the Lamb of God show, which if you don't know who Andrew Peterson is, figure it out. If you don't know what the Behold the Lamb of God tour is, figure that out too around Christmas time. It's basically just a Christmas concert that Andrew Peterson wrote. They bring all of these amazing Nashville musicians with them on tour, and they perform the same Christmas concert every year. They put different twists in it every year. But and my wife, when she lived in Nashville, used to work the merch table for that thing, and would go every year. And in 2018 was the first year that we went and saw it when it was in Cincinnati, or first time that I saw it. She took me there in Cincinnati, and then but she would always tell me, you've got to see the one in Nashville. You've got to see it when they do it in Nashville, because Nashville's different. Because then it's even more and amazing musicians that are just friends of theirs that don't go on tour with them. So you've got whatever guys who are touring with other famous artists are now part of this Christmas concert, and it was spectacular. It was the highlight of my Christmas season was seeing that.
Is it just music, or do they do the live animals show?
No, it's not like a Christmas program or a pageant or anything like that. It's
Okay.
just music, and it's original music. So there's a couple. They put a couple songs in there that are kind of a little bit more traditional, but the bulk of it is Andrew Peterson original stuff.
Okay, gotcha.
Which is really cool. So yeah, no,
Good for you guys. That's
yeah.
awesome.
So no, that's fun. And then Christmas was fun. New Year's was good. If you see Daniel Bryan hanging out there in the background, got that for Christmas from my 4-year-old.
Yes. Nice.
Yeah.
I didn't mention, I ate so many deviled eggs through the holiday season.
So that's what I'm
so
smelling.
many. They didn't stand a chance. Those deviled eggs.
Our grandma actually makes a separate tray just for Dylan that's in the garage refrigerator.
Yeah.
So when the ones that are set out for all the other saps are gone, he gets his own.
Nice.
Yes.
He
I
gets
get
his own-
first dibs
man.
at the second tray.
We know who the favorite is.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. So much cocktail shrimp in the last 6 weeks.
Our grandpa Hubble
so
makes his
many
own
sugar
cocktail
cookies.
sauce for the cocktail shrimp. So good.
Yeah, so many sugar cookies. Food is
Yeah.
a highlight for me always.
There you go.
Did you guys do anything other than the concert? Did you go to any special hotels or restaurants or?
Well, so the hotel that we stayed in was just a couple blocks away from Broadway, which is sort of that main drag that you see in all the pictures and stuff. So that was cool, nice. It's an old building kind of hotel to be in there. To be honest, I'd walk down Broadway the night before because that interests me to go. Because I mean, the places you can go in and listen for free in Nashville,
Yeah.
would just knock the socks. I mean, they would be heavy local following band
Right.
any other city. In Nashville, they're just anyone else, right? And so it's just that's really cool, and it's all kinds of music too. Like one of the few bars that I actually went in to listen to was a band at Kid Rock's bar. I heard them from outside, and they were doing Metallica covers, and so
Heck yeah.
I went in. And that was awesome. But no, we did that. Stayed in the hotel. The concert was at the Ryman Theater, which is one of the historical places down there. Yeah, we drove around a little bit. Like we visited Vanderbilt, which was cool. But no, it was just a couple days, and most of it was just spent hanging out with each other.
That's good.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Corey,
how about you?
We have one more Christmas to go. We had 4 with one more to go. So we're almost done with Christmases.
Wow.
But it was just a really good time to sort of just go off the grid between work and freelance. My company adopts this sort of West Coast unlimited vacation policy. So a couple weeks out from the end of the year, my manager was just like, all right, at the end of a conference call, she was just like, all right, we'll see you guys next year. And it was like, okay.
Wow.
And it's sort of unspoken, like, yeah, check your email and like all that. But like pretty much if there's nothing to do, see it at the beginning of next year. So it was great to just unwind. I actually got out some books and I read.
Nerd.
Yeah, I know, right? A book from the 70s called Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, which is less about motorcycle maintenance and Zen and more about just like life. And anyway, it's good so far. I'm 9 or 10
quiet the chattering monkey.
I do need to quiet the chattering monkey. I binged watched 2 seasons of a show on Netflix just so I could see Crystalia in season 2. That's love. I have a problem. It's called You. It's actually a really good show, whether or not he was in it. It's really, really good. We talked in a very early episode about complex characters and when you sort of root for like this kind of villain, like think Breaking Bad and Walter White, right?
Yeah.
This is a guy who's like a stalker murderer as the main character in the show. And in a weird way, you're kind of... You're kind of rooting for him, but
sure, yeah, no,
but like not really. Like what he's doing is horrible, but like they make him. It's just really, really
like
good.
Dexter, is that the? I mean, wasn't that kind of? Well, he was a cop and the murderer.
I've not seen any Dexter, but the character in You sort of becomes obsessed with these girls, and he is actually protecting them in a way from unsafe people in her life. So he's like clearing her path of people that are going to harm her or lie to her or whatever. I don't know. It's hard to explain simply, but it's very good. Really good time with family. It was nice to just see extended family. We did have the big family day that we talked about in one of the Christmas episodes, and it was just the Saturday after Christmas. So that was really good to see cousins and aunts and uncles and stuff and grandparents. That was great. And pretty chill. Sherry and I's main gift to each other was we had gone to Maui earlier in 2019, so that was kind of our gift to each other. So we really didn't do anything for each other for Christmas, but with some Christmas money, I spent some stupid money on like expensive action figures and things like that, and probably some Lego. So yeah, pretty chill. I get to go to Ireland next week, so I'm looking forward to that. I've never been.
Son of a gun.
Yeah.
You landed in the airport, but never left the airport, right?
Yeah. I was on my way to a mission trip in France, and I had a connection in Dublin, but I never got to leave the Dublin airport. So this time I'm going to Galway, which is on the west coast of Ireland. And I'm just super excited. I'll get one free day there, so we'll see what I end up doing. But I'm going to try to finagle my way into going to the Cliffs of Moher on the west coast.
We talked about that in the bucket lists episode, which I think was 4 or 5, something like that. Wanting to go to Ireland. So I'm very jealous, take lots of pictures.
Yeah, it's bittersweet. Like you get to go to these places, but in some ways it's worse because like you can't really do much. And if you do schedule a free day for yourself, it's very rushed. I know that's like, oh, woe is you. But it's kind of what I said about when your hobby becomes your money-making endeavor, it kind of steals some of the joy from it.
Sure.
It's a little bit like that. Like you're there, but you're there for work, and so you're in the middle of all the things you want to see, but you don't have time to see anything.
Right.
So it's kind of a weird piece of it. But yes, you can say that you went, you can try some of the food and meet some of the people, but it typically feels like a pretty rushed kind of thing. But anyway, I'm still looking forward to it. It's going to be good. I'll fill you guys
What if
in.
you were to try the approach of like, instead of wanting to see everything, I just wanted to... The way I kind of think about that is I want to see what it's like to live there. Is kind of my thought. And so like if there's a day like to see something, maybe I'll see something.
Yeah.
But basically like I want to eat where the people eat.
Yeah.
I want to go sit on the bench that the people sit on sometimes.
Yeah.
And kind of experience that. And I've never done that in another country. So it could be much more intriguing, probably.
When I was in London, one of my colleagues from Australia, who had only been to London a few times, said, here's what you do. You do the double-decker bus tour, which takes you through the whole city to every main point of interest.
Sure.
You won't be able to see anything long enough to really even see anything.
Right.
But you'll go, okay, now I know what I want to see when I come back.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I have a lay of the town, and I know, okay, the London Bridge and the Crown Jewels, yes. This other thing, maybe not. I can pass on that.
Yeah, it's a scouting mission.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, recon.
Yep.
So I'll go to Galway. I hear it's like this really cool city that's got equal parts city, but like the town square part is still like cobblestone streets and very small town atmosphere with a really big college age millennial kind of vibe. So there's a lot of like fixed up stuff in the downtown part, but it's still kind of this city on the coast. So I'm looking forward to it. I'll let you know.
Tell everyone there about our podcast.
Oh, for sure. I'm just going to be
same language,
flinging stickers like making it rain.
Customs is like, tell us about this box of stickers.
You see, I have this podcast. Anyway.
Go in all the pubs. Hey, Cozio, give me a red breast, and I'm going to tell you about a podcast.
Exactly. Great time with family. Great time to unwind. Made a lot of memories. The kids got great gifts. It's fun. It's very blessed. And ready to kick off the new year. Okay. So we hope you enjoyed Dylan's Christmas and New Year mid-tidbits. That's what our middler Brandon says we should call them. Mid-tidbits. When
Works
we do little
me.
short episodes.
How about just mid-bits?
Mid-bits? Just a middle bit?
Mid-bit?
Just a middle bit?
Just a mid-bit.
Should probably stop there. Thank you for the idea on the short holiday episodes, Office Ladies. Dylan had listened to your holiday episodes.
Yeah, that was a good planning meeting that we had with them.
Yeah, it was really good.
It went super well. I'm excited about the little thing they've gotten off the ground so far.
Yeah,
I think that could be successful.
And as far as like Christmas and New Year's were concerned, like they were a little bit concerned, but they were like, okay, if you do it, we'll do it.
Yeah.
And so
we told them to go ahead on Thanksgiving. We'd make sure it felt like a good run for them.
They asked what we thought about theirs.
Yeah,
You know,
it was good.
It was really
we took
good.
some notes and then did it for Christmas and New Year's. So
yeah.
Which I really like that. I didn't realize what the premise of theirs was, and then I'm like, oh, they're breaking down every episode at a time from The Office on their show, and it's really fun to hear them tell behind the scenes stories and little nuggets from the show, little things that they hid in the background to be fun. It's a great show.
Yeah, capitalize while it's still alive, right?
That's right.
And honestly, it feels like it would take them realistically years to get through the whole show at one episode a week. And the name already lends itself to them just having their own lifestyle podcast at the end because it's still Office Ladies.
And they bring in other actors from the show. Like the third episode, I think, is Rainn Wilson talking about the healthcare episode from the
they had
first
one
season.
of the prop masters or prop folks dial in for one of those.
Oh, that's cool.
Talking about where they found some of the
Good
props.
for him.
Yeah. Just totally interesting. He had a lot going on, I'm sure. But says the guy who makes a podcast here in the middle of Ohio when he worked on The Office.
Yeah.
So to recap, 2019, I on New Year's Eve I was watching NBC for whatever reason, and I caught right in the middle. They had this show called A Toast to 2019, and they went through like news stories and trends and funny moments from the year. And I thought it would be funny. I proposed it to you guys earlier. If we just ran through some of the biggest moments and trends from 2019, and we do not have to spend a lot of time on these. It could be just a couple words. But I thought I'd sort of run through the list and just get you guys' thoughts on some of these things. How does that sound as far as an activity?
Do it.
Is there a constraint on the words?
No,
do we have to use creativity to fit it within 3 words?
No.
Or 2 words?
It's
or
not
16
that.
words?
It's not that restrictive. It's just kind of like, do these spur any thoughts? And if not, just go past. Like, I don't have any opinion on that.
Okay.
Yeah, just to see. Like,
It's probably not likely I won't have an opinion, unless I don't know what the heck you're talking about.
why is your leg so far out? You've never sat this way in 31 episodes.
It's just how I'm comfortable.
It's the 2020 Dylan.
New year, new me. I'm putting
That's
my
right.
legs out.
That's right.
I'm a sprawler now.
This is how I man spread.
This is how, yeah. You guys can sit over there, man. That's why when I set this whole thing up, I was like, I'm going to be by myself on this side over here.
I don't really care.
I'm just going to be on a team by myself.
No, that's fine. I'll just
we're not.
I'll change from my comfortable position to make you feel more comfortable.
Ants and skins over there.
You do you, boo. Okay. So because I'm weird, they're in alphabetical order.
Not weird. Love it.
Adam. So the first one is Adam Sandler's tribute to Chris Farley on SNL. Did you catch that?
It was really sweet. I felt like there were multiple times where he could have probably started crying or tearing up.
I thought he did get a little lumpy throated at one point.
It was sweet.
Did they have didn't they have a slideshow of Chris behind him as he was playing?
Several times they would show video and photo stuff on a slideshow. Yeah,
it's one of those things where I'm surprised that I never actually clicked the things to watch it. I just saw that it had happened, and it's whatever.
Yeah.
Oftentimes I see things like that and I want to watch it, but I'm surfing, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to do it now, and I just never got around to it.
Frankly, I missed most of these. I had to go back and watch some today.
Any comments on ASMR?
Interesting. If you've never looked it up,
it is weird.
Not my thing at this point in time.
Yeah, I don't get it, but I can whatever psychology and stuff.
Do you get uncomfortable when you watch the videos? This is almost sexual.
Yes. I get uncomfortable. I think this is inappropriate.
I love the idea of things being recorded with binaural audio. I think that's super interesting.
Excuse me?
Yeah. So the audio essentially.
What were you saying?
Something for the YouTube people there. Instead of just binaural audio, instead of just something feeling like it's moving left to right, they set up and record things in such a way that you would actually hear something, as an example, swirling around your head, not just moving from left to right. So things can be recorded in a way like if somebody was giving you a haircut, you would hear it above you more. You would hear it off to the sides if they took all the way around. It's a way
I'm not buying it.
It's a way of recording things.
Okay. Avocado toast?
All right, boomer.
I feel like avocado toast was played out before 2019
Was
started.
it? Okay, maybe I'm just hearing
it
about
might have been super early in the year. If you don't know some of these references, you can Google them.
That's a good point. Some of this, some of
this is not exclusive to 2019.
Well, and some of it, I guess maybe a year is so long that maybe beginning of 2019 to me just...
It might have dragged its way from 2018 into 19 and just feels like forever.
And as you heard, we're in the middle of America, so it takes us a little longer to catch wind of your super cool trends, you coasters.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Baby Shark?
Single-handedly gave it all the views with my 2-year-old. So every view minus 12 are from my kid.
There's a different Baby Shark that my wife and our youngest were already familiar with. And then when people started going nuts about Baby Shark, I'm like, oh, I know what that is. But then when I hear the Baby Shark that they're singing, it's not the Baby Shark that I knew.
Not the little Korean kids or whatever it is?
Yeah. I mean, it was very similar, but it was not the same. So I don't know if that means I was ahead of the curve on one of these.
You're the Baby Shark hipster?
It might be the Baby Shark hipster that not only did I like it before it was cool, but I liked an original version maybe.
I still like the meme or the idea that in 15 or 20 years from now, somebody's going to do a deep tropical remix of Baby Shark and a club's going to go nuts. Just everyone's going to lose it.
All the kids...
Because they'll all be in their 20s partying by then, and they're going to lose it.
That's really
That's going to happen. That's going to happen.
Place is going to come down.
Oh, man.
When the beat drops on Baby Shark.
Tropical House Deep Mix Baby Shark. It's coming.
Billy Ray Cyrus hops on Lil Nas X's Old Town Road, becoming one of the most popular songs of 2019.
I can't believe they did that with some old audio or something. I'm sure he's turning in his grave.
I absolutely just love that it happened. That's my only opinion.
I like it. I still listen to it. It's not annoying yet. So, Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga performing "Shallow" at the Oscars.
Yeah, I thought it was good. Cooper's clearly not a singer.
Did you see the movie?
No.
Did you see the movie?
I did not
A
see
Star
the
Is
movie,
Born?
no.
Okay,
But
I've not either.
There's another popular video out there of him attending a show and her inviting him on stage for that song.
Yeah, and people lost
That
it.
came out before the Oscars did it, and it was the same kind of thing, only a little even creepier than the Oscars one. And the vibe that I got from it is that like Lady Gaga wants him, and he's like, "I'm married." I feel like there's a one-way tension going on there. And even when I look at like toward the end of the song when she gets like really close to him or whatever.
All right, Brad, if you're listening, just weigh in on that one so we can know if that's one way or not.
But I do feel like that there's a one-way situation.
You can leave us a voicemail. My favorite part about has nothing to do with that song or their performance, but Tony Bennett's relationship with Gaga to get her to help kind of guide her to where she is now is super interesting. Yeah. So if you're not familiar with that story, Google Lady Gaga and Tony Bennett.
Or if you want to creep someone out. So I play basketball with a group of guys every Tuesday night, and when you're getting, before a play starts and you're lining up defense and offense, I'm like down there with my hands on my knees, and the guy who's guarding me is down there, and our heads are like really close to each other. This was just after that Oscar performance, and so like with my head being like 2 inches away from his head, I just slowly leaned over and looked at him and started singing, "Tell me something more." And so that was a fun little basketball moment.
Oh, great. Do I know who that was? Okay.
No, I don't think so.
All right, that's funny. Celebrity kid college entrance scandals.
Yeah, no one's above the law. Justice for everybody.
No one's above the law. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, not shocking at all.
Yep.
I think it's interesting that Lori Loughlin fought it and one of the other big names didn't. She just took her punishment and served like 10 days in jail or something.
Yeah.
So, yeah, interesting.
Dad shoes?
Burn them. Sorry, what?
I mean, I'm kind of with. I mean, I don't want to wear dad shoes. I don't wear dad shoes. Well, I don't know. I'm a dad and I have shoes. Maybe I just think that I'm more fashionable than I actually am. But yeah, no. What's odd to me is that are clearly dad shoes becoming vogue and popular now. See, Yeezy is a prime example of something that everybody says they're ugly, and dads everywhere were like, "That's basically what I wear." Only they're a lot more expensive.
Oh, great, those are back. And he goes and grabs his shoes.
The all-white New Balance with the navy blue N.
Yeah. No thanks.
Or there's a particular pair of Nike shoe that's Nike Airs that a lot of dads are wearing that are dad-ish, that have been around forever. And I don't think there's even different colors. It's just like white with like some blue trim. That if you ever go shoe shopping, like at a Kohl's, because Kohl's is a dad place. Like you will always find them there. You'll find them there 30 years from now, the exact same ones.
I follow a couple guys on Instagram that are sneakerheads. So I'm on kind of like the fringe of getting it with stuff like the J1s and stuff like that, Air Jordan 1s, different color combinations and things like that. But these super chunky Balenci...
yeah, whatever that other brand is. That's like stupid. Yeah,
I don't understand, and they're like $600. I just don't understand.
They're total dad shoes, and they're popular.
I think this is one of those things where like the LA folks and stuff are just going, "Hey, we're just going to say this is popular now," and it just becomes it.
Right.
Like I don't know,
bunch of wackos.
We're pretty far removed from that. Game of Thrones. It was a big year for the ending of Game of Thrones. You watched season 8.
I did.
I did not.
I'll just give the spoilerless recap for anyone who cares my thoughts. The last couple seasons weren't great, but nowhere near as bad, in my opinion, as people made them out to be. If anybody wants to talk Game of Thrones specifically and tell me how much they loathed it, I'd be happy to hear you out as far as the last couple seasons. But I don't think I watch things the same way that some other people did. I'm not saying I'm better or on a different level. I just mean my interpretation of some of the final few events were not as bad.
Well, that's a theme that I think we're going to address either at the tail end of this episode or the next one as it relates to Star Wars.
Yeah, it was weak. And the weird thing is, have you ever had something that you were enjoying, you had a sort of disappointing moment with it, and it really quickly got you out of the mood for that thing.
Yeah.
That's how it was. Like Game of Thrones ended, and there was so many years of build up, and then just very quickly I was over it. And I don't even think the last season was bad. It was okay, but I just was like, wow, that could have lived a lot longer. I mean, here I am still like thinking about like scenes from Lord of the Rings and how much I love that trilogy.
Yeah.
However many years later, but with Game of Thrones, like, nah, it's done.
Which Lord of the Rings? So Sherry's birthday is December 23rd, and what she wanted to do was just be at home all day. So we watched the Lord of the Rings trilogy extended editions for 12 hours.
So good. I've done
with
that
the
before.
kid and like exposed it to the kids. They hadn't seen it.
How was that?
It was a lot. I mean, it's
well, literally. Yes.
it's and I don't just mean time. I mean like it gets heavy and it gets dark, and they're like, but you could see them on the roller coaster of Frodo's story. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Instant pots.
Don't have one. Sure, they're great.
Yogurt.
That's how you make your yogurt?
That's how I make my yogurt.
I just don't understand why we're acting like pressure cookers are a new thing.
Oh yeah. It's trendy. It basically comes down to that.
It feels like every year there's a new trendy kitchen gadget that everybody wants and gets.
Right, but why are we acting like this is new science? You guys, you can cook a whole Cornish hen in 14 seconds.
Right.
Okay, that's existed.
Yeah.
Sure.
I don't know.
I'm naive. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's having the appliance that's digital and separate from your stovetop.
Yeah.
Which again, well, still having a pressure cooker separate from your stovetop isn't anything new either. But I think some of the features, like sort of the automation of it, or at least the way it feels automated anyway,
I mean,
is different.
Is it similar to a lot of other technology? Just eventually the cost drove down to a point, it hit critical mass, and then everyone finally had one?
That could be.
Maybe they were, I'm totally making up a number.
That could be.
Maybe they were $400 5 years ago.
You know what? I didn't think about that. I think you're probably right.
And then they got down to Christmas sales were $70.
Yeah.
And I don't, literally making up money. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah,
everyone just finally got
I think
one.
that could be it until the Instant Pot brand came around and started mass producing the appliance itself, not just the stovetop thing, but the appliance.
Yeah.
Then it just brought the cost down to the point that homes have them.
Yeah, like when we were kids, everybody was getting bread makers, like for the first time. Like,
Right,
you can
right.
make bread in just a matter of, it's like, yeah, okay.
12 hours.
Right.
Yeah. And then you got the Ninja Foodie that's like 12 appliances in one. And then you just get that one instead. I'm told. I don't have one.
Well,
It's supposed to be like Instant Pot and Crock Pot and what's the pressure? Is the Instant Pot a pressure cooker? I don't have one.
Yeah.
An Instant Pot is a pressure cooker. You can also use an Instant Pot as a crock pot.
Let me pull it up while we're talking.
So that's how you make your yogurt.
That is how I make my yogurt. For yogurt, for incubation, like you need to hold a particular temperature for like 8, 10, 12 hours, depending on how long you're cooking it. But so you're either babying a stove for that long, or you can have an Instapot that will just do that for you.
I guess we could say the same for the pellet grills and the stuff that's become popular, the Traegers and the other brands. All right, big year for Keanu.
By the way, it says pressure cooker, grill, oven, blender, and more.
Sure.
So
Interesting.
one thing does a lot, apparently.
Look at that. I've not heard of that thing.
Okay, Ninja Foodie, Foodi. If you're looking it up,
I am both of those things. So
yeah, it's true.
Big year for Keanu Reeves. John Wick 3, the video game Cyberpunk that we talked about earlier in an episode. They're doing Matrix 4 and next year, as well as the new John Wick. He was the voice of a character in Toy Story 4. He's just tearing it up.
Yeah.
Keanu. And he's not young anymore. And Bill and Ted, the new Bill and Ted is coming out. Yeah, so there's just a lot going on for Keanu.
I think also in the world of like Me Too swirling around a lot of celebrities. Whoa. Like
hard pivot.
Well, no, this is going to apply. I think like the internet has sort of like crowded around to try to protect a couple names that haven't had anything bad come out about them that were already lovable. People like Tom Hanks and Keanu Reeves. And so I think there's these people that have always seemed nice.
yeah,
They haven't had any real big things, negative things attached to them, and Keanu is one of those people.
Yeah, there's a meme that's like, if I wake up and I find out that Tom Hanks is, I'm going to be devastated. Like those type of.
Yeah, it's exactly.
Surrounded him. It's like Hollywood is saying, like, don't pay attention to the culture that we've created for ourselves. Look at these three people instead.
Well, whether that's Hollywood doing that or internet memes made by the masses, I'm not sure, but I think people would like Keanu to stay in that little happy bubble a little longer.
We're all controlled by Hollywood.
That's probably true.
And we're owned by Disney. So, kombucha.
Yeah, it's
fermented tea.
Looks gross.
I don't know that I want anything to do with that. I've not tried it. I would try it if somebody were to say, hey, here's something I fermented in my kitchen. I would probably consume some of that.
I think I've inadvertently fermented some things in my kitchen.
Yeah.
Does that count? I've got some people that friends of mine that are into gut health, and they've tried to articulate the benefits of things like different mushroom-based drinks and teas and things. Yeah. But just fermenting, I don't know.
Some of those people are on different kinds of mushrooms to begin with.
Marie Kondo.
Yeah, phenomenal.
Hey, you know what? I have two separate opinions about her. The first one is, like, for me, she's preaching to the choir because there's nothing I love more than getting rid of stuff.
Yeah.
However, like, I don't know if it's just the way she says things or how it's caught. I'm also over her, and I want her to go away.
Yeah,
I'm done with it.
I think she wore down people more quickly than her methods. That might sound obvious.
Yeah.
What she's doing is not crazy.
Right.
It's very simple and practical.
Sure.
The way even she folds things makes a lot of sense if you're willing to do all of that and to keep things organized. But yeah, it was just that so many people talked about it so quickly and everyone binged it so fast that we just got burnt out on it real quick.
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's when you hear like everyone around you is starting to fold their stuff this way, and everyone around you is using the terminology of if it brings you joy and all of that. Like it's like it gets, the first couple of it was fine, and then now I'm over it. It's kind of, it's like home makeover stuff. Like the first couple houses I stepped in where I saw like makeshift shiplap on the walls, it was cool.
Yeah.
But then like now it's just like, I saw a thing recently where I think it was an SNL sketch where like it was like almost an afterthought. They were mimicking a surprise home makeover for this couple, and they couldn't get over the fact that it was like this guy was married to a girl that was out of his league, right? So it was, I forget what those are called, but it was that sketch.
Yeah.
And they're the couple who won the whole thing, and it was like they kept trying to talk about what they were going to do to the house, but nobody could get over the fact that this guy is married to this woman. And then at the very end, like the designer comes in, they're like, "What are you going to do?" I don't know. What white shiplap? Same thing we always do.
Yeah. Like, oh my gosh, I love your Live, Laugh, Love poster.
Maybe it's like the creativity of it is gone. Maybe that's it.
In fairness to Marie, I've not watched her show on Netflix that came out last year, and I've not seen anything, any interviews with her, nothing. But I did have this wonderful 2.5-hour dinner with Dad the other night at an Irish pub in Lancaster. And we started the conversation, but I feel like I'm entering a phase of wanting to purge, and I'm not going minimalist, and I'm not getting a tiny house. But I'm starting to feel like I'm at the age where I just want to have a lot less.
Yeah.
And I was doing dishes the other night, and I just thought about like, if I could have if other than my family, if I just had 5 things.
Yeah.
What would those things? And I just played that out in my head, and it was just, I'm feeling close to like, I'm going to keep my Lego. But I'm just feeling like I don't need all this stuff, Yeah. So anyway, Marvel, big year for Marvel.
Man,
we talked a lot about it. So
yeah, we won't but to see Avengers Endgame and then The Rise of Skywalker come out in the same year, it's just what a big year and I said that probably in episode 2.
And 5 and 7
a
and
billion
12.
others.
I'm just teasing. I'm teasing. I love you.
So
Stop
cool.
touching my leg.
And we've got Marvel shows coming to Disney Plus next year.
I know.
2 now. We were going to get Winter Soldier and Falcon, and they moved WandaVision from 2021 to 2020. So we're going to get 2 Disney Plus Marvel TV series on top of a couple movies this year.
Huge for those franchises.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah, Marvel, always big.
Let's do podcasts. The rise of podcasts. Hate them. Moving on.
Waste
of time. I was watching a show where I think it was A Million Little Things. No, it was You. One of the girls in You was bumping into the ex-girlfriend of the guy on You. And she goes something like, yeah, she really likes podcasts. And she's like, podcasts, the droning, am I right? Just get to the point already. And I had a good laugh.
Yeah, I've worked in technology. I'd worked in technology for a long time. And I always used to joke that once my mom has a piece of technology, the market's real saturated. And that my prime example was the Wii. Like by the time she got a Wii, friggin' everyone had a Wii. And that's podcast. By the time we have our own, everyone's got a podcast. So
we're going to talk Star Wars. I don't know if in this episode, we're already at 45 minutes. We want to talk about Rise of Skywalker. There's a lot going on. We want to do a recap review show on that. So we'll get back to that. And before we get into our slang terms from the year, Visco girls.
This is so you had texted us earlier today.
Yeah.
It was the first time that I'd heard that.
I'd never heard of it.
You're very lucky.
And so I'd spent maybe a good 10, 15 minutes trying to read up on what Visco girls are, and I still am fuzzy. I still don't know what's going on there.
The whole trend is supposed to be about particular way of getting yourself ready, the clothes you wear, and the accessories. But as I read all of it, it just felt like somebody who went, this is just what I threw on. Like the whole time. And I mean that, but it's meant to feel casual. And
here's the thing.
And
I think it's contrived casual. I read a quote that for some reason stuck with me, and so it might not be accurate.
Yeah.
I don't even remember where I read it, but it said it summed Visco girls down to basically a Visco girl is somebody who spends about 20 minutes trying to make their messy bun look just so. and I understood what they were saying, and so mixing that with what you're saying now, I think contrived casual might be my new framework.
I was tired trying to figure out what I thought it was.
What is this? Because I figure like it's got to be something other than just trendy.
Because
we already have a word for that, and it's trendy.
Yeah, because I was reading about particular choices about like it's kind of a little bit baggy of a shirt typically with like short shorts that look and feel casual.
But now is that Visco girls, or is it just currently that's what Visco girls are wearing? Can that change?
I think it can, because I don't think it's
so now I don't know again.
It's a person who's constantly trying to have the trendiest cutting edge, but in a casual way.
Okay.
I thought it was a certain set of things the way I was. So here's my
Don't pull 30 something white guys together to talk about.
No, that's why it's funny, because we're trying to rationalize it. Okay,
what
so
is
my introduction to this was my 12 and 9-year-old daughters coming home from school within the first week or two, and Sherry can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this was the first week or two of school. And they're like, Dad, all the girls at school are talking about being a Visco girl, and they're going things like any.
Wait, they want to be like the girls want to be,
and they have. I'm like, wait,
I thought it was derogatory.
I'm like, what is this? And they're like, no, they have like hydro flasks, which is like a nice water bottle,
right.
And they have scrunchies, and they have like checkered Vans, and they have like it's like a mix of like lazy but like beach clothing, and it's like these girls on Instagram and TikTok and things like that. They're all Visco girls.
Yeah, and I don't think the hydro flask is about the hydro flask. It's a little about the brand and a little about presenting yourself as somebody who cares about environmental solutions.
Sure. It's the Nalgene of our day.
Yeah.
Of their day.
Yeah, so, it's a little bit that. It's the I care about the world and I'm up on issues.
I feel like when I was like late high school, early college, it was like everybody wanted to be a rock climber. Or at least they wanted to look like one. Or at least people who I was around wanted to appear to be a rock climber. And so they wore their clothes.
The internet's got us so busy.
Everybody had a granola bar in their pocket.
The internet has us so busy,
bar.
though, we can't even just pick one fad. It's like jamming together 15 different aspects of a personality and outfit into one.
Well, it was interesting to watch because as the school year went on, I saw all of the moms that Sherry knows, like trying to figure out what is this thing that all of our girls are talking about all of a sudden.
Yeah.
It was really bizarre. So anyway.
Wild.
It's a whole thing. VSCO girls, Visco girls.
Let us know.
Yeah, let us know your thoughts on Visco
We
girls.
need help.
Have your daughters slipped into visconess? And if so, do you want to
get 'em out?
How do you get them out? Okay, let's cover some slang terms. We don't have to go through all of them from 2019. And again, we're in the Midwest, so these things could have been cool 2 years ago. Or slang terms to you. We just heard about them. Bay.
Yeah, I'm familiar with it.
Yeah, I'm very familiar.
Basic.
Yep. All right.
Dead. Oh, like when you're laughing, like I'm dead. I died. I'm dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they'll just have a skull emoji, like that. Something was so
Dead.
funny that they're dead.
Dead. I think a lot of these are can be narrowed down to like they took a whole sentence and then just took a word out and they're used instead.
Yeah.
So instead of saying like, oh, that's so funny, it killed me, and then it's like, oh man, I am dead. Now sometimes they'll just say dead.
Dead.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Or they'll just put R.I.P. when something's really funny. Like
Right.
it was so funny, I'm dead. Goat.
Is that still greatest of
Greatest
all
of
time?
all
Yeah,
time.
Tom
yeah.
Gucci.
Gucci. Those are very Gucci. Those are so
yeah,
Gucci.
cool.
I actually like saying that one.
You say
I say that one sometimes.
Kiki.
That one I don't know at all.
It's a party.
Wasn't there a
it's a
song where
party?
they referenced Kiki?
Kiki. That was when they were getting outside their cars and walking alongside the idling car.
Is that where that
And
came
that
from?
song-
That was the song.
That was the challenge. It was the something else challenge. I don't know. Lit.
I know that one. I follow
That
enough
one's been
recruiting
around.
news that I know that one for
Yeah.
college football.
It was pretty lit, which means it's really good. Low key.
Yeah,
I low key want some donuts after this.
exactly. Yeah, so it's a different way of using low key.
Yeah.
Like I kind of want some donuts, but I want to
Right.
be low key. It's some of these I feel it's just cringy to even
Who's our audience listening to us?
That's why it's
decode
funny.
these terms.
on
Word.
on fleek.
That one feels old.
That one feels 2018 to me. Yeah,
Yeah, on fleek, and as well as Ratchet.
Ratchet and Clank. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a video game.
Ratchet is like trashy or like
I've never heard that.
she's pretty ratchet. That girl's ratchet. Salty.
I like salty.
I think salty. Is
I like salty.
5 years old, but I like using salty.
I like
Yeah, who backed up the salt truck on you?
I heard some
It's
kids
my-
at church saying
Yeah,
salty.
so I used the word salty describing Ohio State fans after that Clemson game.
Oh,
I don't
for the
remember.
love of God, I'm already angry. You're gonna have to take the list.
All right. Shade. Am I really taking the list? Shade. So what Kendall just did was throw some shade.
And now I'm shook.
Yeah. And Screech is the next one. Skirt. Screech from the.
It's not screech. It's skirt.
It's Screech from Saved by
Isn't
the
there
Bell.
a rapper that goes skirt in her songs?
Yes, I don't know who it is.
And it's like the screeching of tires. Like, stop. Wait a minute. What'd you just say? Skirt.
I just
Yeah,
shuddered at
right.
that one a little bit. All right.
Slaps.
I don't know what.
Oh
that
man,
means.
that song slaps.
I don't care for that. All right.
Slay.
I've heard Slay.
yeah. Say that's a metal word from like the 80s.
Oh, that.
It's back. Well, it's old as
You,
new again.
you slay in a sentence. Not like you slay me, like 1900. Oh, that slays me, but like
That guitar solo slayed me.
slays, or it slays. Can you say
Or
slays?
it slays, yeah.
Tea.
I use that one in a sentence. I've never
Hey,
heard that.
spill the tea. What's going on with them?
Yeah, I'd not heard that. one.
The
Yeah.
hot gossip. It's tea.
Yeah.
Spill the tea. Did she spill the tea? Yeah, she said everything.
Humans are friggin' weird.
We are weird. Thirsty. Also, in You, there was a teenager in You who was trying to help him get his social media profile up, and she said, "Don't use a bunch of hashtags. You'll look thirsty.
Yeah, I've heard that used differently, but I don't.
Thirsty, like you're desperate for attention." So now I'm feeling bad that I used 30 hashtags on each of our episode promos. Is that too thirsty, y'all?
We thirst.
Woke. I'm so tired of this one. Woke.
Get woke.
Who's the wokest? And yes, queen.
So I told you a couple weeks back, I was talking to a guy that fortunately was my age, and we were both getting coffee at work. And I asked how his weekend was. He told me it was good. He asked how mine was. I said it was good. It's pretty chill. And I just had this moment where I stopped and I looked at him like, I don't even know. Is that even a thing? It was pretty chill.
Oh yeah.
Is that even a thing anybody even... I just had this whole moment where I was outside of myself.
It's chill.
And that could be a
Yeah.
Clueless reference from the 90s was the last time that was popular.
Yeah.
And
you thought you were being edgy.
And
then...
well, it was in there from having used it a long time ago.
Right.
It was in the back of my head. And fortunately, he's about the same age as me. He's like, dude, I don't know, but I'm following you.
I think the way to get around that is just like put into your vernacular words that are purposely and obviously antiquated and use those, because then it's you're always being ironic with them. You don't have to worry about that. So just call things neat or rad. Just like bring those back in your own vernacular.
All right.
Stellar. We're not going to be able to get into the Rise of Skywalker. Is it okay to push it out another week?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's do it.
Do you think?
So
this will be people's warning. Watch the movie.
Yeah.
Watch your Mandalorian and Rise of Skywalker before the next episode.
You've already had 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks on both of these. So we're going to get into the meat and our review and all the internet reaction after the Rise of Skywalker. We're really excited to talk about it. So this is your
homework,
your teaser. And if you don't like Star Wars at all, next week's a great one to skip. But tell your friends that like it. So anyway, is there anything else we want to say before we wrap? Hey guys.
Oh yeah.
We got stickers.
We have really, really cool vinyl decal stickers that we want you to purchase if you're a middler and if you like our show. It would, just like drinking backroom coffee roasters, it would support us. We would really appreciate it.
We will mail them anywhere in the continental United States.
The price list is on there. It's like 4 for $1, 2 for $7, and like $1 off each quantity that you get.
That they come in will be
free shipping,
hand addressed,
free shipping
with one of us,
with maybe a fountain pen. You know, so buy our stickers. They're really cool. I got one here on my iPad case. See that? You see that, YouTubers? It's really cool.
One more reason to hop onto YouTube and subscribe and click the little dingy bell so you can see when we post new stuff.
So buy our stickers, drink backroom coffee roasters, tell your family you love them.
Boom.
That's it.
Coffee roasted.
Watch Star Wars before next week. I'm guessing that most of our fan base has seen it at least twice.
Knowing
I
our
think
fan base.
Dylan, have you seen it twice?
I've only seen both, one each.
One each? Okay.
Yeah.
I've seen the movie twice.
I've seen the movie twice.
Okay.
Baby Yoda.
I have not seen the Mando at all.
Are you going to be okay if we spoil it for you?
I'll be okay. I will watch it eventually. We just signed up for Disney Plus.
And
the only thing that I've watched so far has been Jeff Goldblum, which is amazing.
How many have you watched?
Good.
I think I've watched like 5 or 6.
So you've seen the one about sneakers?
That was the very first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've watched 2. I think I've watched Sneakers and Ice Cream is the second.
Yeah, I've not seen Tattoos. Tattoos is the first.
Tattoos. I saw Tattoos. That's a good one.
He's such a lovable.
I love the man.
Goofball.
We have now talked about him for I think like 4 episodes straight, but I love him. I love the guy.
If he's on Cameo, we should buy Dylan a Jeff Goldblum cameo.
Yeah,
and have Jeff record
either
a
Jeff
message
or Sebastian Maniscalco.
There you go.
Either way,
it's been a minute since we've mentioned Sebastian.
It has. We've had so many things to talk. Imagine we wouldn't have been able to talk about things like yogurt and deviled eggs if we had spent more time talking about Sebastian.
That's a good point.
Well, I hope it's okay, guys, that we did a little more of the 2019 recap than we initially thought we would. That saves us a whole episode just for Star Wars madness. So buckle up. We've done a lot of research. Today, I watched a really cool Kevin Smith recap. It's an hour long of just Kevin Smith recapping the movie.
Wow.
And he like cries 3 different times in the recap. Like he's a fan. JJ put him in a scene. Anyway, so I've read a whole lot of articles. I watched a lot of like what you missed in episode 9.
No, I was going to In my research, what I learned is I want to go back and I want to put Last Jedi fresh in my memory.
Yeah.
For our conversation. Yeah. So this will be good.
Okay, cool. All right. So check us out for episode 33, where we're going to break down all things Star Wars. Thank you for listening to 32. We hope that you have a great year this year, and definitely make us a part of your weekly podcast rotation.
Yeah. Live long and prosper.
Oh, for the
Godspeed.
The Ohio State comment and Star Trek Really?